Morning. Welcome to another edition of the Free Exchange of Ideas. Today is Friday, October 13th. The Al-Aqsa flood is supposed to be happening today. I have had difficulty finding any stories about it, and the only story I did find was from American Military News about a 20-year-old male who had stabbed 3 people, killing one, uh, while yelling Allahu Akbar, allegedly. That's the only story I found in this whole time. And it is it's 9 o'clock a.m. on the Pacific coast. So that means a good portion of the world has already had almost a full day to get stuff done. So I'm going to call the flood a bit of a trickle at best and see if anything occurs in the evening, which seems to be when the S hits the fan most of the time, at least over in that part of the world. Um, a friend of mine had said when I told her what happened in Israel on was it Tuesday or Thursday? I forget. I apologize. Anyway, I told her what happened. She said, "Well, we better not be over there." And I said, "You're a little late to ask for that. They were over there. They were on the move the minute the defecation hit the oscillating instrument." So uh, we have an entire, at least one um, carrier group over there. That's several battleships and frigates and uh, destroyers and lesser support ships. Uh, and I think a carrier group, I think, has 2 carriers. I'm not positive, so please don't quote me. I'm not a Navy guy and I don't really know. But I just believe that they have 2 carriers because that makes sense to me. At any rate, and I apologize for I hate that noise and I did it anyway. I apologize. Anyway, so this story in France about the 20-year-old who had killed somebody and stabbed 2 others. Um, both the suspect, 20 years old, and his brother were arrested. The suspect is known to intelligence services in France and was designated for radicalization. I'm not certain I understand that phrase, but I think they think he was either radicalized or in the process of being able to be radicalized. The National Anti-Terrorism Prosecutor's Office is investigating the attack as assassination in relation to terrorist enterprise, attempted assassination in relation to terrorist enterprise, and association of terrorist criminals with a view to preparing crimes against people. That was a bit of a mouthful and seems like an awful lot of work to say, yeah, he tried to kill a couple people and killed one, and he was probably a terrorist. So I will do another video today about Newsom. I'm actually working on a couple of things that I want to get right before I spew them out here. Because this one, the Newsom thing's kind of important to me, and I hope it's important to you. If you are a voter in the United States, it should be important to you. Because he's running for president. He hasn't admitted it yet, but he's making all the noises to do it. And he's still got that debate with DeSantis on the 20th of this month, I believe. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know why DeSantis would take it unless he's just trying to make, bones and get some press coverage, which he's not really getting anymore because he's shown himself to be kind of a milquetoast guy. But other than that, yeah, Gabby's running, and we should not allow him to get anywhere because he's going to hurt people. Oh, right, he's doing that. Sorry, I got to read that just in time. So, with all that being said, I did hear a interview this morning on Fox News speaking to a U.S. citizen who has dual citizenship. He's in Israel teaching. I believe he's a professor. And 2 of his kids are in the military. One is active duty, one is reserve. And they both got the phone call that says, "Stay close to your phone because you probably get called up." They did call up, pardon me, they did call up 300,000 reservists yesterday. So Israel's gearing up to turn that place into a sandpit again. We'll see what happens. I don't really know. But my fear is that this is the beginning of World War III. The Middle East is uh, the oil pit of the world. They make more oil, they sell more oil than anywhere else on the planet, and we buy a bunch from them. Russia makes a bunch, but not. I mean, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what they're doing in Saudi Arabia and Egypt and all over that region. So it could jump ugly really quickly. It could go south very fast, um, and without really much warning anymore. Um, Iran has already been warned off by the United States. I don't think they take that seriously because it's Iran. And uh, let's see, Egypt has requested Jordan to, keep their borders solid but not get involved. And I think they also asked another country, and I don't recall which one. So sides are being drawn in an area that is not conducive to peace anyway. So it's I think it's a real possibility. You should arm up now if you haven't already. Um, I made sure all my weapons work, and I have plenty of ammunition for both of them, or all three of them. Be careful out there. Watch your back. Nobody else is watching it. Certainly not the government. Uh, and keep your nose close to the ground. You want to let bullets go over, not through. So, with all that being said, I want to get back to this interview. I apologize for bouncing a little bit. It's morning and I'm ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it. Deal with it. Um, so, in this interview, they were talking to this professor, and like I said, his kids are in the military. He has 8 children. 2 of them are in the military. I'm guessing they're the 2 oldest or right in there. And when he's talking about the Hamas terrorists, he's calling them animalistic or animals or non-human. They don't have souls. Um, he used a couple other euphemisms for non-humans, and I think that's a mistake. He did that throughout his interview, which was, I want to say, like 10 or 15 minutes. It was a fairly long interview for the radio. It was for my flash briefing in the morning, so that's one of the things that I get to hear. I get to hear for NPR, Fox, a couple other places, ESPN News, if there's anything interesting there. But in doing this, in making these kind of statements, you're making it okay for your military to treat them like rabid dogs. In other words, just shoot them, kill them, remove them from the planet, take them out of the gene pool, whatever euphemism you like. He is tacitly giving anyone else on the planet permission to not think of them as human. And they are still human. No matter what they've done, they deserve to be punished for. They are still human. Um, I believe there's a part of your brain that you have to turn off to do some of the things that they've done. And maybe that does take away a little bit of your humanity. I think it absolutely does. But it doesn't make it okay for the other side to dehumanize them completely because they're still human beings. They can still be, some of them could still be reasoned with, um, and they deserve the respect of surviving this long as a human, at the very least. Now, please don't take that as a support for Hamas. It is absolutely not. I do not support Hamas. I don't support Hezbollah. I don't support the Iranian regime. None of that. I don't support any of that. Um, but it is important that we keep our heads on straight and level, and that we maintain our humanity. It's more important that we maintain our humanity in war, because it's real easy to see the enemy as nothing more than a rabid dog, and you're just doing your job. Well, being in the military doesn't make you a dog catcher, doesn't make you a veterinarian either, but you're still human. And that's all I got to say on that. All right, then. That's all I got, I think. Remember, even fluffy bunnies have teeth and claws for a reason. I really have to get that video uploaded for you guys. Live long, fight hard, win the day.